Hello everyone, my name is Ori, and with Jurassic World Rebirth coming out in theaters in July 3rd, I thought it would be great to see if the dinosaurs that lived on the island of St. Hubert are actually prototypes. Now you might know about some of the dinosaurs that were left on the island of St. Hubert, the location Jurassic World Rebirth takes place. Some of the dinosaurs there were left behind there for reason, and in today's video we're gonna find out if some of those dinosaurs were prototypes. So without further ado, let's see if the dinosaurs that lived on the island of St. Hubert are actually prototypes. So, are the dinosaurs on Rebirth Island prototypes? Well, some were. Dinosaurs like the Dinosaurs Rex and the Mutodon were presented as failed mutated experiments from the original Jurassic Park. The story suggests that the island in Jurassic World Rebirth was a site for early dinosaur research and development, with many unsuccessful attempts before the dinosaurs seen in the main Jurassic World Park. The Dinosaurs Rex is one example of these failed experiments, as it was a failed attempt at creating a T-Rex. Evidence of this can be shown when we look at the Dinosaurs Rex itself. First, let's take a look at its snout. If you look closely, the D-Rex's snout looks very similar to the snout of a T-Rex, except it has very small teeth and small eyes, and a large bulbous head that resembles a beluga. Next, let's take a look at the Dinosaurs Rex's arms. If you look closely at the D-Rex, you'll see that it has very short arms with 2 fingers similar to T-Rex. However, it does have a pair of giant pillar-like legs that make it knuckle walk like a gorilla. Everything from the head of the Dinosaurs Rex and the very tiny arms make it very clear that the Dinosaurs Rex is actually a prototype of a T-Rex. Alright, we've looked at the D-Rex. Now let's take a look at the Mutodon. The Mutodon is another example of these failed experiments, as it was a failed attempt at creating a Velociraptor and Pteranodon hybrid. Evidence of this can be shown when we look at the dinosaur's anatomy. Just like Velociraptors and every other theropod dinosaur, the Mutodon has a bipedal stance and it has a long tail that provides balance. The Mutodon also has a sickle claw on each foot, which is great for stabbing prey. The Mutodon does have physical features that make it resemble a pterosaur. For example, the Mutodon has 2 large wings, which would allow the dinosaur to help it fly in the air, and the creature also has a beak-like mouth, giving the mutant beast a more dragon-like appearance. While some dinosaurs like the Dinosaurs Rex and the Mutodon were prototypes, other dinosaurs like the Velociraptors, Spinosaurus, T-Rex, Quetzalcoatlus, Titanosaurus, Aquilops, and Mosasaurus and Dilophosaurus were not failed experiments. They were just left behind on the island of St. Hubert because it served as an abandoned InGen research facility where experiments on de-extinction were conducted. Following failed experiments and the deactivation of power, multiple dinosaurs escaped their enclosures, leading to the abandonment of the facility and the island, leaving the dinosaurs to thrive and evolve in isolation. Another reason why the dinosaurs were abandoned on St. Hubert is because they were too dangerous to be featured in the park. Dinosaurs like the Spinosaurus or the Titanosaurus were too hostile, which is why they were left on the island to begin with. Examples of this can be shown when we see the Spinosauruses hunting alongside the Mosasaurus. Another reason why the dinosaurs that lived on St. Hubert were left behind is all because the island became a forbidden zone after something went terribly wrong with InGen's experiments and the dinosaurs were abandoned there. Another reason why the dinosaurs were left behind on St. Hubert is because the world outside became largely inhospitable to them, with the exception of a few specific equatorial regions. These dinosaurs, particularly the large herds, were deemed less cool by society, leading to reduced support and funding for their preservation outside of specific controlled environments. 5 years after the events of Jurassic Dominion, the Earth's climate had shifted, making it difficult for most dinosaurs to survive outside of specific tropical environments. Only a few areas, primarily around the equator, offered climates similar to where the dinosaurs originally thrived, making those locations crucial for their survival. Public interest and support for dinosaurs had waned, resulting in less funding and political will to maintain large-scale dinosaur populations outside of the designated areas. As such, St. Hubert, an old InGen research facility, became a crucial habitat specifically for the dinosaurs that couldn't adapt to the changing world outside. The island also became a safe haven for mutated and failed dinosaur experiments that lived on the island for decades. So, were all of the dinosaurs in Jurassic World Rebirth prototypes? Well, not really. Some were prototypes. Dinosaurs like the Dinosaurs Rex and the Mutodon were prototypes, whereas the rest of the dinosaurs were just relocated and left behind because St. Hubert became a suitable environment for them. But we're gonna have to wait until Jurassic World Rebirth comes out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.